I love Bo Derek. I know you know her as well. She's just a lovely, lovely lady. Yeah, and something she said recently caught our attention. She was 16 at the time that she met director John Derek, who was 30 years her senior. But she says, she's now 59, she says she still hates herself for breaking up. She thinks she broke up his marriage with Linda Evans. The two of them did end up marrying, John and Bo, and they were together for 22 years until his death in 1998. So this all happened over 40 years ago, and Bo was a minor at the time, but she still holds herself responsible. And when she sees Linda Evans, and she does from time to time, she says, Linda is so lovely. Yeah, a lot of people have said the similarity is pretty striking.
Wow. Eyes and everything.
And she feels guilty. Should she be holding on to this guilt? Should she feel the blame?
Well, you know what I like about this? I'm like, here, and everyone in this audience, we've all made mistakes.
Yeah.
None of us are perfect. And we don't throw stones in glass houses. And I have to say, it takes a bigger person. As my mom always taught me, it's never too late to say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to do, but if you say I'm sorry and you have contrition and you feel really bad about something, I applaud her. Because, I mean, obviously she was young, impressionable. And, I mean, she made a silly mistake, but she was with him for a long time, you know? And
apparently Linda Evans has always been very lovely to her.
Yeah, that's
so,
gracious
yeah,
of her.
very gracious. Yeah, very gracious.
It's very un-Hollywood. You know, you think about how many affairs happen in Hollywood. You hear these cover stories. Nobody ever apologizes. No one ever admits wrongdoing.
Wow.
So to hear her say it, I mean, such a huge celebrity and to someone she loved and was married to for 22 years.
But are you guys carrying around guilt of something you did as a young person that, I don't know, it doesn't have to be that.
Guilt?
Yeah, like
there's things that you do with your siblings. I think there's things that I've probably done that I regretted.
I've said really mean things to my mother.
I did too.
And that, I don't want to cry, but I said really mean things to my mom. I think when my parents were going through a divorce, I didn't have a huge understanding of what was really happening, and I think I was thinking about myself as a kid.
It's part of being a teenager.
Yeah, and I still feel that. I
am the
apologize,
same.
but it's here.
I am exactly the same. My mom, who's passed away, we've talked about this. I went through this period when I was a teenager. I was the only girl, and I was really nasty to her because she was a stay-at-home mom. And I remember saying to her once, like, I don't want to end up like you. You're a loser. I mean, just, I don't know what. I know, don't judge me now. I mean, it was really, really bad. And the truth is, when I grew up, the only person I wanted to be like was my mother. Yeah. That was it. But in that moment, as a kid, I had this rebellion. And to my mother's credit, she sat there and took it. She just went, I understand, you know,
I feel
she's
like
going
that's
through
the
a
rite
little
of
mood,
passage
but
for every mother-daughter.
yeah, but oh my gosh, it's but you never get over it. You never get over it.
But the both of you too, like you think about like if your daughter did something to you, you have an understanding and appreciation of what she's going through, and you can empathize a little bit, and you step back a little bit.
And it's on my heart now. I'm gonna confess. When I was in 2nd grade, I ate a peanut butter and honey sandwich that belonged to this girl named Brittany. Brittany, I apologize. I was so hungry.
And so when Brittany said, "Where was it?" What did you do?
I had crumbs in. I was like, I don't know where it is. I'm sorry, Brittany. I hope she didn't turn into Britney Spears. You think that was Britney Spears?
I don't know. Well, then she did fine.
Yeah.
You saved her. All right.
Yes, and I did nothing.
We were just angels.
All right, okay. I doubt that very much, but we'll move on. I have a question for the ladies in the audience. Have you ever worked on a group project and then felt as though the men in the room got all the glory and the credit and you got nada? Nada? Well, it could be your fault. Hear me out. A writer from MarieClaire.com says it happens a lot, and it's time for women to speak up and stop letting their more assertive colleagues hog the limelight and cash in on all the promotions. And we've been conditioned. The truth is we have been conditioned. We want to be liked, you know, and our bosses are quick to sort of not really take us as seriously. So we have to, even if it's hard, just say, that's mine. I did it, you know.
I think we're in a profession. I remember working on a news documentary, and we won an award, and my senior took credit where I did all the field work, legwork, cutting, editing, did everything, blood, sweat, and tears. And he's like, he took the award and was thanking everyone in our department, and it deflated me.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything, but everyone knew. I felt like everyone knew, but you can't. I don't know how you go about correcting that. You don't know how to go about correcting stuff like that.
You don't want to be the person like, that's me. That's
exactly. Put the spotlight on me.
Especially when you work on a team. You know, obviously, I'm sure you had so much ownership and ideas, but it's a collaborative project, especially in our industry. So I feel like even though it's your idea, I never want to be the person in the room that's like, wait,
exactly.
Where's my credit?
Right.
You know, because then you're.
But you don't want to be
person.
discounted either. So that's the thing. Have you ever had an idea stolen from you? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, as a, you know, I produce and I write and create television, and there was one show that I created. One of my first shows I ever created was back in 2000, which aired on MTV, called the Freelance Search 2000. And so we had 3 judges, Pink, Brian McKnight, and then our vocal coach. I hosted with Dave Holmes, you know, good old Dave Holmes. And basically, it was American Idol, the format of American Idol. And then 2 years later, American Idol comes out, and I'm like, that's my show. And I told my agency at the time, that's my show. They're like, yeah, we can't do anything about it. And so every time I watch the show, I'm like, but
that's your
I should have
that's his show. You was robbed, baby. You were robbed.